when you had the slogans up about how what Mao was telling the peasants, it's not tremendously sophisticated stuff. It's like one line that's catchy or something.
Like a tweet.
Yeah.
Still works.
I mean, why was this enough? You know, you can just write one line and that's...
It's not enough. I think if you're talking about someone who has no power, the one thing they've got are words. And so this is how it turns out. Strategic communication, or whatever the jargon is for it, is terribly important. And we're finding it now, right? We're wondering on what is actually fake news, what's disinformation, what's accurate, what's not, what's deliberately inaccurate, who's posting it where. It's powerful. You can see it in the current election of how important information is. And Mao and the communists play it well, and the Russians absolutely understand how to do this. This is they're really good at understanding both sides fighting, and then you feed information both ways so that they're just at each other's throats and being more and more dysfunctional. Oh, yeah.
When was the last time you were allowed to go into the archives in China?
Oh, it wasn't a question of being allowed. I got a fellowship right, it was supposed to happen right after Tiananmen, and that got closed down. Tiananmen was in June of '89. So the fellowship was delayed for half a year, and then we went for all of 1990. And so I used different archives, but then I did other things, like I had 2 children and I stayed at home with them. And I was the spouse that didn't travel so that there would be stability in little people's lives. And now I would no more visit China. You've got to be kidding. And the archives have shut down now. And then the Russian archives, it was early Gorbachev when the archives were opening. They're slammed shut now.
It's funny to hear you say I wouldn't visit China now. So in 2 weeks, I'm going to go to China. And my next question...
Have fun.
My next question was going to be on what is your advice?
Keep your mouth shut. Be a good guest. And don't bring any computer equipment that you ever tend to use ever again and link with anything.
Yeah. When you're in these archives and you're studying all these atrocities that happen, I mean, if you look at the numbers themselves, it might be fair to call it genuinely the worst thing that ever happened in human history in terms of pure number of deaths. And that's a hard record to match if you look at everything else that's happened in human history. Viscerally, what's the reaction just going through record after record of this kind of...
Oh, it's just tragic. It's tragedy. It's the human condition. And don't think that China is unique in this. The West has butchered itself. Westerners have butchered each other. In fact, it's the West that industrializes warfare. So before you had to go at it with spears, and that slowed people down, with industrial equipment. So it's human, sadly. Humans have great capacity for creativity and doing wonderful things, and then they have great capacity to do awful things. So let's do one and not the other.
That seems like a pretty good place to close. If you enjoyed this clip, you can watch the full episode here and subscribe for more clips. Thanks.